Johnny Depp not only was, in my opinion, a victim of domestic violence, but also was a victim of addiction, okay? He is a fucking addict. That is a lifelong struggle, and it's a very difficult thing to combat. It never goes away. You have to work on it for the rest of your life, and having a bad domestic partnership will 1,000% cause you to relapse and make it virtually impossible to ever get better, okay? Now, it's also a really difficult thing to deal with, especially if you have a partner who is an addict. Obviously, like, that is a never-ending, ongoing struggle and a mountain of burden that you have to shoulder as well. But what Amber Heard did in that circumstance was just not shoulder that burden and instead seemingly, make things worse, demonstrably. Now, if only there was a person that wanted to get out of said relationship, noticing that it was fucking toxic, and and tried to both physically leave and also, leave in every way, right? Physically leave, emotionally end the relationship. If only there was a person that did that. Oh, wait, there was. His name is Johnny Depp, and she refused to allow that to happen. So, not only did she refuse to allow that to happen, even after the fucking, the court-approved temporary restraining order was pushed, she personally linked up with Johnny Depp at a hotel. So, like, very clearly, despite what she was doing on the one hand, she still was trying to maintain contact with Johnny Depp regularly. And if you listen to the conversations, the phone conversations that took place, or rather the phone recorded conversations that took place in that California hotel after the temporary restraining order was pushed, you see that, like, she is the one who is initiating contact, trying to still, make things right with Johnny, where Johnny Depp is personally trying to get out of that situation. He's like, you fucked me over, you've ruined me, you ruined my life. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. How can you say that you love me? So, you can say Johnny Depp was a gaslighter, Johnny Depp was a gaslighter, Johnny Depp was a gaslighter over and over and over again. But, like, after a certain point, you got to realize, like, maybe he's not the fucking gaslighter in this situation, and maybe he was being gaslit. Hold on. Oh.
Sir, does this refresh your recollection that you did, in fact, send this picture to your friend, Rocky Pennington?
Yes, I did.
And you sent it to her on August 7th, 2014 at 11:24 p.m., correct?
That is correct.
So you sent Miss Pennington this picture of Mr. Depp with ice cream spilled on him, right?
That is correct.
Ooh,
And
they're
you
going to
wrote,
make her look
quote,
like a fucking
"This is what
villain
I've
in
been
this
dealing
situation.
with," end quote.
Like he's
Did I
making
read
fun
that
of
right?
Johnny Depp's addiction,
You did
which he
read that
probably
right.
was.
That's correct.
And this is you protecting Mr. Depp.
That is me getting support from my best friend.
This is you supporting Mr. Depp.
This is me getting support from my best friend. I also need support.
You weren't afraid the monster would get upset that you took this picture?
This was Opiate Johnny. This is a different version of him. This is Opiate on the Nod Johnny.
And you weren't afraid that Opiate Johnny, or the monster as you called him, would get upset that you
What
sent
does that
this
even mean? Does that mean that you can make
Well,
fun of
he's
him
all
then?
of
What the
those
fuck?
things. Of course he could get upset. Of course that's scary to me, of course.
Didn't
But
stop
Hey,
you from sending
where's
this
that
picture to
chatter
your friend,
now?
did it?
Where the fuck's that chatter now, dude? Hey, what's up? Mango JPEG? Do you think this was to fucking prove to Johnny Depp that he was fucked up? Or do you think she was just, like, literally documenting this stuff, probably making fun of him, belittling him, and also sending it to his fucking friends?
You also showed this jury
Johnny Depp off the
pictures
perk.
of cocaine. Do you recall that?
yes, that's correct.
Let's please take a look at one of those. If we could please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 167A, which is already in evidence. Directing
Amber
your
Heard is
attention
extremely unlikable, but the way the internet is
to
treating her when she did experience abuse is fucked. Instead of both being
photograph.
condemned, her abusers
This
being
is a
praised by
photograph you
basically
took
everyone.
in
I think the
March of
reason, part of the
2013,
reason
right?
for why that's happening though, is because, like, she did say that she was a survivor of domestic violence, domestic abuse at the hands of Johnny Depp, and, like, fucking made it seem as though it was a completely one-sided abusive relationship. And so many in the media roundly agreed with her, and still I think a lot of people in the media agree with her and don't see Johnny Depp in any way, shape, or form as a victim at all.
To snort these lines.
that doesn't justify the way that people are treating Amber Heard. I think
There
that
are
people
4
are
lines
being
of cocaine on
fucking
the table
insane,
in
as
the
I've
search.
talked about,
In this picture, I see 4 lines.
mostly because of
There isn't any
celebrity
cocaine residue around those lines, right?
culture and the surrounding mania around it.
Not
But
that I can tell, no.
Doesn't really look like anyone's been doing cocaine off that table, does it?
With all due respect, I'm not sure you know how that works.
I'm asking if you do. You've testified you've done cocaine.
I have.
Doesn't really look like Mr. Depp or anyone was doing cocaine off that table, does it?
I beg to differ with you on that. When you snort cocaine, typically it goes into your nose.
okay, this looks.
Does it
This
stay
makes
on the
her look.
table?
This makes the lawyer
There's
look
residue
crazy
from
a
that
little bit.
cocaine when your lips and nose touch the table, right?
Well, the tampon applicator next to the
Uh-oh.
driver's
Not good
license
lawyer.
that you see is a device that I believe my sister had taught him to use.
Bro, this is
in
a
order
dead to
to
rights cocaine table. What the
the
fuck's she
cocaine,
saying right now? Is she just being like a dork?
in
What is
your
the
nose.
what's the motivation from the lawyer here? That's
Mr.
like
Depp
this is
is
the
a pretty
most
heavy
cocaine
smoker,
table I've ever
right?
seen.
He is.
And that's a cigarette in the ashtray in the back
There's fucking
there?
lines right there. And a tampon
back right?
applicator that he's
Yes,
using.
it looks like one of his hand rolls.
There's no other cigarettes in that ashtray, are there?
I see one cigarette.
The one that's not smoked.
That's correct.
There's no ash in that ashtray either, is there?
Oh,
not
she's
that I
saying
can
she set this
tell in
up
this
to make
picture.
it seem like
pretty
Johnny Depp
clean.
was doing coke or something.
In this picture, it looks like it, yes.
It's a pretty neat table. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh shit! She's saying false
Depends on what you
flag.
call neat, I
She's
suppose.
saying it's a
You
setup.
sent this picture to your friend Rocky Pennington as well, didn't you?
I sure did.
It does look staged.
And when you
Oh
sent
my
it, you
god!
said,
It does look
quote, "Look
staged
at
as
my
fuck.
morning."
It's like he's got his
Something like
fucking
that.
ID right there.
Yay for mornings.
So you have a habit of sending stage photographs to your friend Rocky, don't you?
The beer
I
is
had
not
a
even
habit of
drank. The
communicating
only thing
with
that's
my
been
best
drank is
friend about
Amber
what was
Heard's
going on
like
in my life.
weird juice that she drinks on stage too. I think.
You don't
or
have any
whatever that
pictures
is.
of Mr. Depp actually consuming cocaine, do you?
I don't think I have a picture of him mid-snort. No.
You don't even have any pictures of Mr. Depp with cocaine.
What do you mean by that?
Holding cocaine, standing next to cocaine, sitting next to cocaine.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you haven't shown any of those pictures like that to the jury, have you?
I don't know. No, I haven't.
I thought, dude, she's on the back foot, dude. She got
And you were never
confident.
able to catch
We
Mr.
thought the
Depp
lawyer was
with
being a
cocaine on
dork. Turns
film
out,
either. Were you?
I never tried.
she was debate lording her
But you
into
were
a
able to catch him
trap,
sleeping,
dude.
Right?
I have seen him pass out in all sorts of places, yes.
And you also captured a video of Mr. Depp in the kitchen that was played again for this jury today, beating up some cabinets. Do you recall that?
Ooh, oh, this is gonna be
Sorry,
fucked
say
up.
that again?
You recall capturing Mr. Depp in the kitchen of one of his
That
homes?
one was crazy. She's
beating
gonna
up
say,
some
"Why were you
cabinets?"
smiling and laughing at the
Yes.
end of it?"
Slamming things around, yes.
So you took that video of Mr. Depp in the kitchen, right?
I did.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is one
you
instance
took
where
it
the
on one of
debate
your
pervert
iPad
is actually
devices?
doing
I took it
a
on my
decent
iPad.
job being a debate pervertry.
You were deposed in August of 2016 in connection with your divorce proceedings from Mr. Depp, right?
That is correct.
And you will recall that the video of Mr. Depp in the kitchen was released online the day before your deposition in August of 2016, don't you?
That's correct.
You're the one who released that video.
Incorrect.
Isn't that true?
That's incorrect. I flew in from another place at the time. I remember learning about it when I landed.
So it's just a coincidence that the video you took of Mr. Depp was released the day before you were deposed in connection with your divorce from Mr. Depp.
I absolutely had nothing to do with that. I wouldn't even know how to do something like that.
This is way more on point to compare to the Johnny Heard's cross-examination. Or
You settled your divorce from Mr. Depp in August of 2016, right?
they are straight to the point. You are correct.
That sounds right.
And in connection with that settlement, you received $7 million from Mr. Depp, true?
That's correct.
And then
6.8 exactly.
your settlement amount was $7 million.
That's correct.
And then you released a statement in which you claimed you would be donating the entire $7 million to
Oh
charity,
shit! She's
right?
gonna hit her with
That's
the.
correct.
You stated you would be donating half of the $7 million to the ACLU,
That's correct.
This
And you
was
would be donating the other half to Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
That is correct.
Children's
And you also
Hospital of Los
stated,
Angeles
with
had a hard
respect to
time
the
getting
$7
it.
million divorce settlement, that money played no role except for the extent that you could donate the money to charity.
Yes, that's correct.
If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1259.
This is a character. She's basically thoroughly dismantling her character that she has established by saying she's has
This is
a
an article
tendency to
entitled
lie.
Amber Heard Donates Johnny Depp Divorce Settlement to Charity. Read her statement in full. Is that correct?
That's what the title says, yes.
Directing your attention to the portion on the second page where it says, quote, read the statement below. Is that the statement you released, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
Your Honor, I move to admit the statement and the article as redacted.
Objection, hearsay.
She was dismantled
It's her
even in direct
statement.
with nonstop objection, speculation, sustained
This is
too.
not her statement. This is some.
She just testified, Your Honor, that it's her
You
statement.
can always attack someone's propensity to tell the truth
May I
or
see
lie.
the
One
full,
area of character evidence U.S.
Everything else
systems
is
allows.
redacted.
Okay, then I have no objection.
All right, 1259 in evidence as redacted.
The statement reads, as described in the restraining order and divorce settlement, money played no role for me personally and never has, except to the extent that I could donate it to charity, and in doing so, hopefully help those less able to defend themselves. As reported in the media, the amount received in the divorce
can't
was
respond
$7
to
million, and $7 million is being donated. This is over and above any funds that I have given away in the past and will continue to give away in the future. Did I read that correctly?
That is correct. I don't remember that last line, but I have no, it doesn't stand out to me as wrong.
There's nothing inaccurate in the statement.
Not that I recognize, no.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Depp donated $100,000 of the divorce settlement directly to the ACLU. Is that right?
Right at the beginning of the divorce settlement, he donated $100,000 to each charity on my behalf or towards my contribution.
So $100,000
To each.
to the ACLU.
And to the Children's Hospital.
And in response, you publicly demanded that Mr. Depp pay the divorce settlement directly to you instead of the charities, right?
That was always the agreement, actually, is for him to pay me directly. It was not his money as per the settlement agreement to give away and reap a tax benefit from. I said if he wants to do it and give to charity all of a sudden, then he should pay the correct amount and not try to get a big tax break for it. So effectively for his tax bracket, he should be paying double that amount to the charity directly. And if he wanted to pay the charity directly, he could. He could do that, was fine with me, but he would need to pay the adjusted amount.
Ultimately, the rest of the $7 million divorce settlement was paid directly to you, right?
Over time, yes.
And Mr. Depp didn't end up paying the rest of the $7 million divorce settlement directly to the charities you identified.
That is correct. He paid the installments to me.
You stopped that from happening, didn't you?
I don't understand what your question is. I'm sorry.
You stopped Mr. Depp from paying the charities that you had named directly.
That is incorrect. I said if you want to pay the charities directly, pay the adjusted amount, or pay as per our agreement in the settlement or in the divorce, as per our agreement.
You
She's
also
trying to turn it
chose
into.
to do the
She's trying to turn it into like,
not
a,
the
oh,
latter.
I did it for the
I mean, the
taxes
other way
reason.
around.
You also publicly stated that the $7 million divorce settlement should be paid to the charities immediately in full, right?
If he wanted to pay it in the way that he was suggesting, yes.
And you said publicly that the payments to the charities should not be drawn out over many years, right?
I said that.
Oh
I
shit!
don't recall the.
But then
exact
now
words
she's
that
gonna
I
be like,
used,
well,
but
why did
basically
you
that
draw it
he
out? And
shouldn't
is now
use this as
publicly.
a novel interest in getting a tax break. That if he wanted to do that and not pay me the settlement, that was fine. But he would have to pay the adjusted amount and not make it, a commitment he would not fulfill or try to avoid in some other way.
And that's because you wanted the entire world to think that you were donating every penny of the $7 million divorce settlement as soon as you received it from Mr. Depp. Isn't that right?
No, I was going to be receiving it in installments, and I would be paying in installments the donations.
In fact, you released a statement in response to Mr. Depp's $100,000 donations to the ACLU and CHLA, didn't you?
I don't recall.
Let's see if we can refresh your recollection. If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1260.
Uh-oh.
This is an article entitled Amber Heard and Johnny Depp Row Over Divorce Donations. And if I could direct your attention to where it says, I believe it's on the second page, her spokeswoman responded in a statement. The language that follows the statement you released.
Objection, hearsay, spokeswoman, it's not her.
A spokesperson is an exception, Your Honor.
You want to come forward?
What? What the fuck? She's saying that it's not her and saying that it's a spokesperson and it's not actually her, just speaking on behalf of her? The fuck? Spokesperson is she? It's hers, right?
You released a statement
Your Honor,
through.
may we approach again?
Okay.
This is what I mean when chatters are being fucking weird. Like, there are chatters in here who are like, dude, stop eating. You're missing Johnny Depp smiling and laughing. That's what I mean. You're being a freak, dude. You're like a weird stand for the Johnny Depp domestic violence case. Calm down, bro. Oh, you're missing the good parts. Oh, I can't wait to put this in the TikTok compilation. It's gonna get 1 million views.
Before we ask the next question, I'll just hand you a copy
Stop being weird.
of this one.
I want to see it before you ask.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's exactly what I said.
It's rich people drama. It's entertaining. I mean, there is a degree of entertainment that people are deriving out of this, but just like don't fucking yell at me when I'm,
Your Honor,
or
would
don't
you
be
like to
fucking
see
weird
one
about
as
it.
well?
No, that's all right. That's fine. Thank you. Could you please turn your microphone on? I'm sorry, Ms. Burnett.
I'm sorry for the times, my sir. Your Honor, they gave me a redacted, but I don't have the unredacted to be able to see the full
I
document.
plan to admit it, or ask that it be admitted in redacted form. I'm taking away any hearsay, and I'm just trying to lay the foundation that this is a statement she released through a spokesperson.
How would I know whether there's more to it that shouldn't be redacted, Your Honor, if I don't see the full document?
You're just trying to use procedure to stop the flow,
Your Honor,
right?
the witness can testify as to whether this is a full statement or not.
The witness can't do, we have the right to be able to see the document.
All right. Do you have a document that's not redacted?
We can
Because
pull
it's
it up on
stupid
our
as fuck.
computers.
Okay.
Just give us a moment, Your Honor.
All right.
I can represent this is the full statement that's reported.
Okay, give her an opportunity to look at the unredacted one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Because she was spitting, like she was on a roll. A big part of this process and the cross examination is to catch Amber Heard on the back pedal, or also get her to show emotion other than like sadness or other than like what a victim would show. So basically what she's doing here is just using procedure, like Amber's team is using procedure to try to fucking hit a forcible timeout when your team is like heating the fuck up, basically.
Sorry, Ms. Braddock. May I approach?
Yes.
They can choose to only admit a portion of the document in lieu of the full unredacted document. This is actually an important objection, even though it's procedural. This is known as best evidence. If they have the full document, they ought to admit it or acknowledge they're only admitting a selective portion for a specific reason. This is not procedural bullshit, although it does help with a timeout. Okay. That was incredible. Thank you. It was so incredible. I literally thought it was going to be a top of the hour ad break segue. Because it's top of the hour every hour when there's a 60-second ad break. And I thought Cappy
Your
V
Honor,
was going to
can
use this
we
as an
have a
opportunity to hit
copy
that.
of this?
Yeah, you can get a copy of that
Happily.
later.
Oh wait, now
today.
I
Okay?
did that.
All right.
Just kidding.
I think
And if
she
you no
should be
longer want to
giving
see
us
those ads, all
copies
you
of
need to
the
do is
full
Well,
subscribe.
I
You
understand.
can do that
We'll
for
take care of
$5 or
that,
for
but-
free with a
Okay.
subscribe.
As of right now, can we continue?
Objection.
We can, Your Honor, but I have an objection.
Top of the hour ad break is upon us.
There's some quotation marks missing.
And the
Okay,
only
come
solution to it is a Twitch Prime, which is free. Or you get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Thank you, Taiwan Tempest, for the 5 gifted subs. Also, thank you, Communist Kowalski, for the 5 gifted subs as well. Oh, you want to object to the top of the hour ad break? You can't. It's my court. My rules, baby. Can you approach? No, you cannot approach the bench. May not. You're badgering the witness.
All right. So directing your attention, Ms. Hurd, where it says her spokeswoman responded in a statement.
Your
The
Honor-
language that follows.
Your Honor, again, she can't read it. She has to show it
The
to
language
her.
that follows.
All right. If you want to lay a
Is this-
foundation to that, go ahead.
You released a statement after Mr. Depp donated $100,000 to the ACLU and $100,000 to CHLA. Correct, Ms. Hurd?
I think so, yes.
Okay. And the language that
Good thing.
follows
Good
is the
thing they did
statement
that.
you released in response to Mr. Depp's donations, right?
I don't know if this is the official statement. I have no idea.
The statement that starts at
Objection, Your Honor.
Amber Heard. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Would you please read that to yourself, Ms. Heard?
Yes.
Did you read all the way to the very bottom where the last word is supported?
Yes.
Okay. That's a statement you released through your spokeswoman after Mr. Depp made the donations to the CHLA and the ACLU. Correct, Ms. Heard?
I do not recall exactly what my statement was. I don't disagree with anything in the statement, but I just simply don't recall what the statement was we released.
Is there anything inaccurate in that statement, Ms. Heard?
No.
Okay. I'm going to move to admit.
Objection, Your Honor, lack of foundation.
No, I'll overrule the objection, 1260 and evidence over objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Statement reads, Amber Heard appreciates Johnny Depp's novel interest in supporting two of her favorite charities, the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union for Domestic Violence, and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. This is great and unexpected news. And it continues. However, if Johnny wishes to change the settlement agreement, we must insist that he honor the full amount by donating $14 million to charity, which, after accounting for his tax deduction, is equal to his $7 million payment obligation to Amber.
That's, by the way, that's an
And it
insane
continues.
thing. the demand. It's like, oh,
We would
yeah.
also insist that the full amount be paid immediately and not drawn
No,
out over
ACLU
many
is a
years.
nonprofit. It is a
Anything
charity.
less
You're
would
wrong.
be a
It's a
transparent attempt by
501c3.
Johnny's counsel, Laura
It's
Wasser,
insane to be like, you
and
have to
Patty
donate
Glazer,
twice as much
to
because you get
reduce
a
their
tax break out
clients'
of
true
it.
payment by half
Fuck.
under the guise of newfound concern for charities that he has never previously supported.
It's
End
literally
quote.
spite, dude. She's literally fucking straight up saying it's spite.
Did I read that correctly?
Yes.
Thank you. After this, you kept commenting about the donation of your divorce settlement, right?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay. You spoke about donating your divorce settlement on a Danish TV show, correct?
I believe I said I had, I believe I said I donated it to charity, but it was already printed or already commented on and stated in the press. I had already
If not, the taxpayer would
released
go
that
for her.
information in the
That's
press.
why.
I think I just confirmed it on that show.
Yeah, but who
You
cares?
appeared on a show called RTL Late Night, right?
I don't recall what show it was.
If we could please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 346, which is a portion of your appearance on this program. And we would ask that it be moved into evidence and ask for
any
permission to
objection?
publish it.
No, I know he's reducing his tax burden by paying directly when their agreement was to get it
Your
herself.
Honor, if we may approach.
She
very
wants the
briefly.
tax. She wants the tax break for herself, but the doubling of the amount is fucking insane, and it just spite. It's just spite. Like him being like, I want to fucking pay the donations on my own, is certainly gonna have tax benefits, right? It's reducing your liability. It's reducing your tax burden, but it's also fucking ridiculous for her to be like, oh yeah, now you have to pay double. I was at a fancy restaurant yesterday. I think you were eating ortolan. How could you see me, real Joe Bastianich, eating ortolan? Ortolan is an affront to God, and I had to. You can't eat it without hiding your face. So clearly, you didn't see me there. You have no proof. Objection. Also, my friend Tim is here. I'm gonna cut my hair. What am I gonna do with it? Oh no, I want to keep growing it. It's just that I have like split ends. I want to like take off the weight a little bit, maybe like make it healthy. Make it like what? I mean, come heavy as fuck, bro. I just gotta finish this real quick, but yeah, no, it's heavy, right? Yeah. You want the Anton Chigrin haircut? Yeah, that's not happening. So, do you understand, Chatters, that there's animosity on both sides in the situation? But, like, neither side cares about the charity. It's just like two rich people fighting back and forth about, like, duking it out over charities for PR, for tax breaks. Trial? There's no.
So if we could please play and publish to the jury Plaintiff's Exhibit 346.
All right, 346 in evidence. Go.
And actually were all kinds of accusations flying your way when you said all this, and then there was a divorce.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Was that a hot mic?
$7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
ACLU is a human rights organization.
Sorry, ACLU is a prominent organization, nonprofit organization in the United States.
Yeah.
It's called the American
Right.
Civil Liberties Union, and they work on behalf of marginalized communities on the ground and in legislative reform.
Right.
And
Well, more power to you, because that's something that I've never
I
heard of.
wanted nothing.
This interview was in October of 2018, right, Ms. Heard?
I don't recall when it was.
It was in 2018, right, Ms. Heard?
I don't remember when this was done.
This was after you had received the full $7 million of your divorce settlement from Mr. Depp, wasn't it?
Again, without knowing when it was recorded, I have no idea.
The $7 million divorce settlement was paid to you in full by February of 2018, right?
That's correct.
Let's take a look at Defendant's Exhibit 1458, which is
Well,
already in
it doesn't
evidence.
matter if you can't recall or not. There's, they filmed it. And it's on TV. You can't lie.
This is the deal point memorandum from your divorce settlement, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, that's what it looks like.
And if we go down to the bottom of page 4,
Oh, shit.
there's a
I
heading
can't recall.
labeled equalization payment. Do you see that?
Yes.
And underneath,
She's reading chat. That's why.
so the first payment is scheduled for August 31st, 2016, and that's $200,000, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I don't think there were audio issues.
Mr. Depp's accountant, Edward White, testified that he made that payment directly.
You got to turn on your microphone, Ms. Berderhoff. I'm not going to hear you.
Objection to her testifying to what Mr. White testified to. That
Okay.
It's a he literally testified to it in court.
I'll overrule objection. Go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Depp's accountant, Edward White, testified that he made the payment directly to the ACLU and CHLA, correct?
I believe so.
What the fuck's going
Were all
on?
made to you, weren't they?
That is correct.
And the final payment of $2.3 million is on February 1st, 2018, right?
The final payment, yes.
And you were here in court when Mr. White testified that the payments were all made on schedule.
I'm going to object to her testifying to what Mr. White testified to.
I'll
It's an
overrule the
improper.
objection. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. And you were here in court when Mr. White testified that the payments were all made on schedule, right?
I don't believe they were. He might have
That's
testified
not my
to
question, Ms. Heard.
Oh, yeah.
My question was, you were here in
You use
court
it.
when Mr. White testified under oath
Pelican case.
that all the payments were made on schedule.
that. I was here every day in court. I heard his testimony, yes.
Okay. So back to October of 2018, this was before Mr. Depp sued you for defamation, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
He didn't sue you until after the op-ed came out in December of 2018, right?
He sued me in 2019.
And the op-ed came out in December of
Yes.
2018.
That is correct.
Melon is going to not
So in
be
October
here.
of
He's going to be tuning
2018,
in
you had received your entire $7
later
million divorce
at 6
settlement.
p.m.
You would
That-
agree with me.
That is correct.
And you hadn't yet been sued by Mr. Depp.
This is October, correct.
So in this October 2018 interview, you said that you had, quote, donated, end quote, your entire divorce settlement to charity, right?
That's correct.
And in fact, your exact words were, quote, $7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, end quote, right?
That's correct. I made that statement as soon as I got a divorce and we reached the settlement. That's when I pledged it, right then.
And you say this because you, quote, wanted nothing, end quote.
That is correct.
But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you?
That's incorrect.
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right?
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety
No,
of the
Ms. Heard,
settlement,
that's
$7
not
million
my
to
question.
charity, and I
Ms. Heard,
intend to
Ms.
fulfill
Heard,
those obligations.
Ms. Heard, that's not my question. Please,
What was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million, donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another. They're
But I
the same
don't.
thing.
Ms. Hurd, I don't
my
use it
God.
synonymously.
That's how donations are paid.
Ms. Hurd, respectfully, that's not my question. As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the ACLU. Yes or no?
I have not yet.
And as
God
of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, correct?
I have not yet. Johnny sued me.
So as of today, you have not donated, paid $7 million of your divorce settlement to charity, right?
I have not been able to fulfill those obligations yet.
And that's because you did want something, didn't you?
I didn't want anything, and I didn't get anything.
You wanted Mr. Depp's money.
Yeah, no, I want to keep it going.
Didn't get it. Wasn't interested in it. I loved Johnny. That's why I was with him.
You wanted praise for donating the money, right?
That's incorrect.
You wanted good press.
In general, one does want good press, yes.
You wanted to seem altruistic publicly.
God damn.
Wasn't my interest. My interest is in my name and clearing my name. And at the time, I was being called a liar, and my motives were being questioned. I did see it as important to clear that up. I wanted to make a statement to make sure that there was not any doubt that I couldn't be labeled these things just because Johnny was a bigger star and had more publicity reach.
You wanted to remind everyone of your claims of domestic violence against Mr. Depp, right?